Hi, it's Nydia. This is Bobbie, my 88-year-old mother. Here she is doing the practice that she has embodied over the last few decades. These are some pictures of us together. I really enjoy it when Bobbie comes to visit. I call her by her first name when she is a student at the studio. Yes, she is my mother, and I do call her Mom most of the time. To everyone else, she's Bobbie. Here you see her doing what she does best, therapeutic yoga. She really is a true spiritual warrior. She has done amazing work in her therapeutic yoga practice over the years. In the last year and a half, she has begun to slow down a bit. It hasn't been easy watching this happen, but change is inevitable and it is part of everyone's reality. Even someone as vibrant as Bobbie. And so it is. At the beginning of December, Bobbie experienced a fall when she lost her balance and fell backwards on her sacrum. A fall is an elder's worst nightmare. In reality, it really is anyone's nightmare. Once you're not a toddler anymore, it's a long distance down to the floor. Anyway, she was lucky that she was able to access her therapeutic yoga superpowers in that moment. She tucked and rolled backward and did not hit her head. Thank goodness. Her years of therapeutic yoga experience helped her immensely right when she needed them most. She was very fortunate not to fracture. Such a blessing. Needless to say, she has been in a lot of pain and is very sore after that fall. She does have an old history of low back pain and instability, and since she landed hard on her sacrum and pelvis, it just hurts. But we do know that her injury could have been so much worse. She remembered how to get off the floor and miraculously got up all by herself. She's pretty incredible. Bobbie got cleared at the emergency center with the CT scan, and all systems were as normal as they could be at 88 years of age. Our family is so glad that she didn't fracture, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't in pain in the days after the fall. My sisters noticed that she was having a difficult time moving around to do her normal activities, and they were worried about her pain and the potential deconditioning that might come from her not wanting to move so much. Bobbie's doctor recommended physical therapy. Well, we all know where she needed to come. A few days after her injury, my siblings brought her to San Antonio, and she's been spending her time here at the Hacienda Darby with me and my family, undergoing intensive integrative therapeutic yoga that's inspired in the physical therapy that I share with my clients. She's doing therapeutic yoga with me. Boy, is she a trooper. She really has been doing the work. In the last few weeks, it's about been a week and a half, she's working hard, but we still have a way to go. I just wanted to check in with you all and show you some of what she's doing in the days after this injury. She is walking regularly, daily in fact, using a rolling walker for support. Yes, she is now able to walk without the walker, but I prefer that she has the full body support when she walks outdoors to help her normalize her walking pattern and to improve her safety with walking, which is one of the best activities that a person can do when they sustain a spine injury. Bobbie started with a quarter-mile walk using the rolling walker on her first day here. She went up and down the concrete drive. It is a level surface, and it really makes it really effective for safety as well as for her navigating about easily. These days, she has actually increased her walking distance to over half a mile. Now, I'm walking alongside her, but she's doing the work. Not holding on to her, she's got full control, and it's so wonderful to see. The walking actually feels good to her, but she does report that the most amount of pain that she feels is in transitioning from one position to the next, like getting into bed or coming down onto, sitting on a couch or a low surface. And that's what gets her most of all when she is, when she reports experiencing pain. That's really what she reports the most. You do know that I was going to very quickly have her practice getting down onto the floor and back up. We started her first practice when she was on her first day here, doing her therapeutic yoga practices on the bed, just to kind of introduce the movements again. But the following day, the second day, it was, okay, let's get down on the mat. We need to practice getting down onto the floor. She went slowly on that first day onto the floor, using a lot of support, using super blocks, using a chair. Bobbie has great faith in her body, and she noticed that doing the practice relieved the majority of her pain. As soon as she was down on the mat, she was doing great. And the postures really helped her to calm and center. She focused her attention on her breath, and it just helped her relax. She reports that the knee to chest stretch and the supine spine twist, made her back feel so much better while she was doing them. She is moving and enjoying the movements, which is really good to hear. It's a blessing that she has committed to coming back to her practice and that she's staying here with us at the Hacienda Darby. I'm so happy that we're able to help her. I wanted to share something that I believe is very important, and that's why I created this video. Again, with Bobbie's full blessing. I want to share that at 88 years of age, any person who sustains a major fall could be in a really difficult situation. And this could signify the beginning of a downward spiral towards immobility and disability. In Bobbie's case, she had a long history of practicing therapeutic yoga. Her body recognized the breath-centered movements and quickly began to relax into each pose. She really is she's a little tiny woman, but she's a strong one. Despite having multiple medical challenges, she's just done incredible. Her body has known physical activity throughout her entire life. She really does know hard work. And I guess this is just another adventure for her. She is determined to get better, and we as her family members are just grateful for her effort and that she's putting into her well-being and healing. We can't thank her enough for giving it her best try. It is such a blessing to witness her doing the work on the mat. It's obvious that her body recognizes the breath, and when she goes through the postures, she really is able to use the breath to help her know which postures are right for her at any given moment. The nervous system never lies. It will always let us know which movements are right for us, even when we're sore. When we watch the breath and maintain it in a steady rhythm pattern, it will allow us to know that what we're doing is good. When the breath changes and gets hard, or we start holding the breath, that's when the nervous system is saying, no, that's too much right now. Let's not do that. One of the things that has challenged Bobbie during this rehabilitation period is that she has had a long-standing history of instability and weakness in both of her shoulders. And that is making her current situation a bit more difficult. Transfers to the floor and back up off the floor and rolling about to get from her stomach to her side to her back is really more painful and challenging. But she puts forth great effort. She really does. And I'm just so grateful that she's here, that she's doing the work, that she's getting stronger every day. It isn't a popular subject in casual conversation, but I do have to mention that the risks to life and limb when an elder falls is paramount. This could happen to you, to a loved one. We are all susceptible. The good news is that there are things that we can do to reduce our suffering in case of an accidental fall. Start now and participate regularly in a gentle therapeutic yoga practice with me. I've developed these fundamental practices to help persons learn how to care for their whole health using therapeutic yoga. I've been doing that for the last 40 years. The practices that I've developed can help you or a loved one to begin to build a solid foundation of core stability, mobility, strength, and flexibility. This can enhance your whole body and your nervous system. It can help you to downregulate it, which is a really important thing, to be able to find calm in the midst of chaos. This form of practice allows your whole body to begin to recognize the postures that can make it easier to return to well-being, even after a serious injury like a fall, like what Bobbie experienced. When Bobbie does her therapeutic yoga, her body just comes back to what it knows. It says yes. And I just can't help but be encouraged by the example that she's sharing with us. It's so beautiful. She's doing everything that I have been developing the practices for over the last 40 years. She's really using it, and it's making a difference. I want everyone to think about what you want for the next few decades. What goals do you have for travel, for family? What events do you want to be able to participate in that bring you the quality of life that you're looking for? I want you to do therapeutic yoga. Bobbie is a living example of just how effective a regular, structured, and consistent therapeutic yoga practice can be. Her body remembers, and it's showing itself right now when she needs it the most. I hope that you'll join us on the mat at Nydia's Yoga Therapy Studio. You can join us live on site at the studio, or you could join us via live stream. And yes, if you wanted to, you could participate with our video on demand series. It's, however you do it, I just want you to practice. You can go to nydiasyogatherapy.com to see the online schedule if you're interested in classes. You can register for your desired class. You could also read about therapeutic yoga on my website. I hope that you enjoyed witnessing Bobbie in the early days of her rehabilitation. This therapeutic yoga works. Bobbie is showing that in creating the effort to move your body with awareness, using your breath as a focal point, and just doing what you can, that this is taking her onto the path for her whole health and well-being. She's doing the work, doing the best that she can to move, to breathe, and to be. Have a wonderful day. Peace.